From inside historic Doyle Field here in Leominster, Massachusetts, it is homecoming weekend, being brought to you live all day here on Leominster TV. I am Kate Robbins alongside Bill Thomas. Bill, welcome to homecoming in Leominster on a Saturday.
Thank you. This is a great treat today, Kate, and I'm sure it's a great treat for all the Leominster Blue Devils, especially Seniors Day, Homecoming Day, and to have all of these sports come together. First time since I've been involved since 2011. I think it's a great idea, and let's get everybody out. I even see a little bit of baseball was going on earlier over on the baseball side of things, so it's great to get everybody out today.
It's an exciting day here. If you are at home and you are watching us, free admission until the football game tonight, which kicks off at 7 p.m. Once again, it is homecoming weekend here in Leominster. The Blue Devils soccer teams, varsity girls and then varsity boys soccer, going to be matching up against Fitchburg, those Red Raiders. Billy, we get a little bit of precursor of our Leominster Fitchburg action for the year, and these teams looking very excited for these matchups today and looking for a win, especially out of these girls today.
Yeah, Leominster's had their struggles on the field this year, but they've been competitive, especially the last three games, couple of 3-1, 1 or 2 goal games. So I think this might be their breakout game. You know, a home field, you got the fans behind you, and just the excitement of the day. And you know, we just finished a nice field hockey game finish up here, and I believe the score was 3-0 Leominster
in favor of the Blue Devils.
So,
that is right.
A great start, and so it's just the start of a great day. We got 3 more great games going on here the rest of the day, culminated by the football game, and just looking forward to some action, some fun. And some great weather, too. If you haven't poked your head outside, the sun's come out, and come on out and join us.
I will tell you what, as I was getting ready today, I was taking a look at the temperatures because Todd and I were out last night, and it got down to about 54 on our way home last night. And I was like, man, this is beautiful, a little chilly. And when I saw the high today, it said 58. But this is about as balmy a 58 degrees as you're ever going to see. So the weather is absolutely perfection out here. The girls are ready to go. They're all in short sleeves.
Yeah.
This is like balmy.
I mean,
balmy
this is great.
stuff.
I mean, it feels more like September, beginning of the season, than it does mid-October. But trust me, we're not going to complain about the weather. And it's easier to overdress and then get comfortable than to come here thinking it's going to be warm but then be cold. But I don't think we're going to have a problem at all. Even through the football game, Kate, I think we're going to have good weather. We're blessed with great weather today. So that's the first thing. Now let's get on with the games. Mike, was there a game before? I'm talking to our crack scoreboard. There was a game before the field hockey game this morning?
There was freshman football.
Leominster lost 2012 to Fitchburg. Oh,
to
Shepherd Hill. Oh, Shepherd Hill. That's right. The other stuff is Pigeon Bowl, Chicken Bowl. So Leominster lost to Shepherd Hill this morning, freshman football, 20-something to 12. But we expect 4 wins going forward here, starting with that great field hockey game, a couple of soccer games, girls first, then boys, who have already qualified for the playoffs with their, I believe, 5-0 and 1 record overall, and 10. Well, they might be 5-0 and 1 in the league, but whatever, they've qualified, which is nice. And you know, we'll go through some of the stats and exactly what's going on here as the day goes on. Obviously, we're not soccer experts, but
we are not.
I tell you, they're out there on the pitch. We're going to decide who's the forwards and who's the defenders and the midfielders, and I'm sure we have it figured out, hopefully by halftime of the girls' game, and we'll get into a little flow here.
Well, we do have a starting lineup for your girls Blue Devils varsity soccer team. They are being announced right now. So starters today for the Blue Devils: number 2, midfielder Laura Young. She is a freshman. Number 4, Gianna Salvi. She is a junior midfielder. We've got senior defender, number 8, Christine Testa. We have freshman forward, number 9, Faith Benicasa. We've got senior forward, number 10, Violet Reynolds. We've got we have a junior midfielder, number 11, Sorka O'Malley. We've got a sophomore midfielder, number 13, Anali Lopez. We have a senior goalkeeper, number 14, Colby Lane. We have a sophomore defender, number 18, Elizabeth Larson. We have a junior defender, number 22, Mia Lowsey. And we have a junior defender, number 25, Elena Duval. And we are going to take just 1 second and pause for our national anthem. So we will just take 1 moment and pause for that. All right, and that will do it. We are going to be starting here on the pitch very, very shortly. From what I am to understand, Bill Thomas, the Leominster Blue Devils play a 4-4-2. So a little bit defensive in their approach from what I'm to understand. They are looking for their first goal of the season, their first win of the season. And so we look forward to that. Today's going to be the day, Bill Thomas. Today is going to be the day. What do you think?
I think it is, too. You know, they have an early season tie against North Middlesex, second game of the year, but they haven't been getting blown out. You know, you might think a team that hasn't won, you know, and hasn't scored goals, they're going to be losing 8-0, 10-0, or even worse. And but a lot of 3, 4, 5-0 games. But most recently, a 2-1 loss, a 2-0 loss, and a 1-0 loss. So showing some improvement, and maybe that defensive style might help them prevail today. Just get that one goal. The goalies, and I'm getting some info. Mike has done a great job filling us in here with some details, and he tells me the goalie's the best player. You know, and a team that hasn't won, I'm sure she's probably got a lot of saves. But
certainly gets tested quite a bit in each game. We'll
see how things prevail tonight. Fitchburg coming in with only one win, I believe, in a tie on their season, and they've struggled also. So we'll have to see, you know, if maybe Leominster can pick their first game up win of the year against their arch rivals.
Yes, Reynolds dishes. Now Leominster in the offensive zone to Benacasa. Benacasa dips it back to Reynolds, going up the right-hand side. Mia Lousy brings it back in. And Fitchburg dishes back to midfield. Sorka O'Malley now with possession of the ball. She dishes back.
Kate, you got the mic for a while. A little technical difficulties here.
Thought I might.
I'm not ignoring you.
Elizabeth Larson now scorching back into the defensive end for Leominster. Fitchburg with possession. Alexis Silverberg for Fitchburg right now. Is going to dish it back in.
We got a throw in here. Controlled by the Leominster defenders. Played in to the goalie. Good stop. Good anticipation right there with a Fitchburg forward coming in on her. And I think already she's showing some of what Mike was talking about. The goalie's performed very well this year for Leominster.
She's been busy. Playing a little back and forth right now.
I was going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth there, playing a little badminton, a volleyball, it seemed like, right there at midfield. Throw in for Leominster. Had her off the throw in, playing it upfield. Fitchburg defense playing way up here, way up. Oh, and she gets called for offside. I hate that offside call. Come on.
That's
first offensive opportunity, and it gets whistled.
That's
and
Leominster's
that was almost
Benincasa.
Almost in midfield. You know, it could be a strategy, too. That is part of the game of soccer, the offside strategy. And if you see you might get beat downfield, you run in the other direction. If the ball's not coming at you, you just let that play get whistled. Played out of bounds by the Leominster defender. I'm trying to see some of the names here. Unfortunately, that looked like Elena Duval on defense here. Once again, Elena in on the action. It's going to be a Leominster toss. Leominster throw in. Oh, no, Fitchburg. Good thing I'm not officiating. Good job once again by Elena getting that out of there. Going to have a toss in from deep in the corner. Number 15, Mariana Castro with the toss in for Fitchburg. Goalie takes control. We'll have a goal kick here. See if we can't get the ball out in the past midfield here and get some action down the Fitchburg end. Kate, what do you think?
Here's hoping. I'm watching Todd putting stuff together.
You know, Todd rearranged everything we did. So
Did
just
he already?
Oh yeah. So it's
How
okay.
bad was it?
It was a placement thing. That's all.
I see.
It was a placement thing.
Nice header from Leominster defender.
Laura Young there, midfielder. Once again, playing it up. And this is a break right here for
Here we
Leominster. Taking control of the ball. Get behind the defense. Cross and pass. Oh, here it is.
There it is.
First
We
goal of
have
the
it.
season for Leominster.
Elena Lopez, the right wing for Leominster on
Wow.
that score.
That didn't take long. First actual goal of the season.
That's a
The
good
2-1 goal
feeling.
was an own goal. An own goal by the opposing team. That's their first goal for the
Look
Leominster
at the
Blue
smiles
Devils. And I tell
on
you,
their faces.
They can stop the game right now.
Yep, all done.
Let's just go home.
Beautiful job.
Great job scoring the first goal of the season. Not the game, the season for the Leominster Blue Devils girls varsity team.
That'll carry him for a few minutes. I thought we would see it today, Billy. I thought we
tell
might.
You know, the matchup seemed good on paper for both teams to be competitive and to turn this into a good game today. And I think we're seeing that already. Another throw in here from the Fitchburg side.
I believe Faith Benacasa had the assist on that last goal. That would be number 9 for the Lady Blue Devils. Again, first goal of the season, number 13.
And give Faith all the credit. She did all the work over
She
there on
did.
that far sideline, breaking past her defender there, played it nicely by her. And instead of trying to pass and keeping the play onside, when you're playing the ball yourself, then you don't have to worry about being offside. It's when you're trying to make that cross field pass that the offside tends to happen.
Out of bounds on Leominster. Fitchburg gets possession.
Another toss in there. Some defense played by Mia Lucy. Once again, Mia there on the defense. And a little scrum right there. Leominster takes control. Plays it up to midfield.
Out of bounds. Leominster now with possession of the ball. Coming in from Mia Lowsey.
Nice tossing down the sideline there. Once again, the Fitchburg defenders playing up, trying to catch Leominster in those offside positions. But we saw what happened on that first goal.
Does
They
make
gave up
them
position.
makes them susceptible to the breakaway there. Deep in their own defensive zone. Leominster now on the attack. Mia Lowsey again. To Violet Reynolds. Naija Ponte for Fitchburg gets in there and breaks that up. And now Jenna Aubuchon with the ball for Fitchburg.
Taken control of nicely there by Laura Young and Leominster forward.
Violet Reynolds right into the hill.
Have a goal kick by the Fitchburg goalie.
Do we have a friend coming back on here? Do we have a friend coming on? Is he coming on? There he is.
Oh,
There he
welcome. Look who showed up.
You missed the goal, bud.
They might not ever want me to even open my mouth today, quite frankly. I might be better off just going back to the car and going home.
So you know less about soccer than I do, or what?
Is it possible that he knows less than we do?
I was just at a soccer camp, actually.
Oh,
I don't know
good.
that I learned anything between now and when I left the camp, but we'll give it the old college try, as we say.
Were you participating or observing, trying to brush up on your soccer skill, like imitating the
I was watching
broadcast?
Ian Dark this morning.
I was going to say, I am no Ian Dark, but for the next 4 hours, I'm going to play him on TV.
He's amazing, by the way. He's absolutely amazing.
He is indeed.
If only I could speak the way he does. He's so descriptive, Billy. It's just amazing. like nothing I've ever seen or heard before in my life.
That's right, and
Or
even though I was going to say, even though that is my my tag, yeah, unfortunately, Bill, I heard you commenting a few moments ago here when I arrived about that floating offsides. We're just going to get that out of the way right now. I can't figure that out for the life of me. It's the second to last defender, I know that, but trying to spot that on the field, struggle with that entirely.
Has to do when the ball gets passed, that when the forward breaks past the last defender before the ball's passed.
Yes.
You can't beat the ball past the last defender.
It's always struck me kind of like it's the two-line pass in ice hockey.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not a good rule.
I agree.
Let
I
them play.
agree.
But
I
anyway.
agree.
Already, both
We
of you
had
have
one
said you know nothing
the
about
first
soccer.
I did.
And yet you have all of
I have all
these
sorts of issues.
hardy
Well,
opinions.
No,
I have those
Hardy
issues with
opinions already.
we
lacrosse
know
as
why
well,
we
in
don't
case you're
like
wondering.
soccer. It's because they try to stymie the offense.
That's right. You know, I you know, get me going on
What is
lacrosse.
this,
I'll
the
tell you all
NFL all
the
of a
issues I
sudden?
have
Now we
with
need-
the lacrosse as well.
Oh my goodness, the two of you, I can't even handle.
Hey, make it entertaining. We're going to be with you for the next 4 hours. Nothing happier than
We're going to be with
homecoming.
you until 9 o'clock.
Yeah, next 6
9:30.
hours probably.
Oh, we've got soccer for the next 4, though.
Wow.
That is.
Mike was
exciting.
wondering if our voices were going to be okay, and he said, Todd's full of hot air.
I
anyway."
was going to say, I'll keep the blimp up for the entirety
right.
of this next so many hours. That is for certain. Bradley Bedard's up on the truck for the next so many hours as well. So
For the day.
I was going to say we'll all here as well. We'll let him down on occasion on homecoming Saturday here at historic Doyle Field. Our Leominster finds themselves with a 1-0 lead.
Did you get surprised
in
by your
girls
in-laws
soccer.
today, by the way? when you were here?
I think my father-in-law might think I stole the car. He didn't hear me leave, and then I think he looked up when he saw the car flying down View Street.
He doesn't hear much.
But you know, there's that to
Oh, we've
note
got
as
another
well.
ball on the field. We got a football on the
Got
field,
a
everybody.
loose one.
Yep. Anybody gonna get that? And there's a man on the field. There's a man on the field.
It was the band. It was the band
No,
on the
it
field
wasn't.
we were watching.
It
No,
wasn't.
not at all. No.
No. The jazz band is here, though. Did you see them?
I heard them on my walk-in.
We've
as a
already
matter of
we've
fact.
we've already gotten in trouble in this press box for playing music over them. I said we don't play music.
Yeah, it's not us.
Not us. You're gonna need to go across the
They're
way.
hidden down
Yeah.
here in the corner.
We
by
had an
the,
ardent jazz
goal
band
line.
mother very upset with us, and
Um,
we don't play music.
You can send all of your complaints to the athletic director and public address announcer. who
We
is
sent
on
our
the
love.
other side of the
We
field.
sent our love over there.
I was going to say, that is not in
Not my
purview.
purview.
We were going to try to blame Mike, but he doesn't have the
Nope,
proper
no,
box in front of him.
no, please. You lay it at the feet of those responsible.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Another scoring
Oh.
opportunity. Yes,
Scoring
cut
opportunity.
away.
Onside and everything.
That was Reynolds with the scoring
Oh,
Oh, here we
opportunity.
go. Oh, nice
And
crossing.
another opportunity for O'Malley
Still
as
in
well.
play.
Yeah,
Sorsha.
Dave Palazzi's down there, ready to intercept the ball.
He's calling out plays, I think.
He loves this. Do you know how excited he must be that these girls just got their first goal of the season?
Oh, absolutely.
He's probably more excited than anybody.
I can't wait to hear all about it on Monday on the Coach's Corner Live, 6 o'clock here on Leominster
Nice
TV.
cross
Another
by
cross.
Leominster.
Yeah,
A lot of legs flying around
that was
in there.
Janice Salvi with the cross. Lopez trying to settle the ball down. And now Salvi getting into it to push the ball forward.
Dangerous territory here for the Fitchburg Red Raiders.
Indeed, who they appear very much back on their heels.
The football's
Shot on
back
goal.
on the field.
Yeah,
Oh,
Salvi does
there-
play it in and then
oh.
knocked away. The keeper there was Carrion.
Palazzi about had a heart attack, by the way. Did you guys see the football come back on the field, by the way?
I did not. I heard you note it as we were working on it. Just under the 30th minute here of quarter number 1. It's 1-0 Leominster on top of Fitchburg. Here on the football now pitch, if you will, at historic Doyle Field as well.
Leominster breaking up that Fitchburg advance nicely, getting it back past midfield.
I'm sure Kate talked a little bit about it earlier.
I'm
but
sure she didn't.
or maybe she didn't, but we'll throw it out there. Leominster's 4-4-2 formation is built for defense, Kate.
I did. I might have mentioned that.
Yeah, I figured you did.
It's the one thing
Lopez on the approach, little slide
I
tackle.
want a flag on
the
that.
ball gets cut out,
No, I want a flag on that.
and there is no call. Keeper with control. We'll send it back down the field. I believe it's
It's
actually
not
Aponte, the
roughing
keeper.
the passer.
Nope.
Shoot.
They say it was a legal play of all things,
Let him play.
and
Play
indeed
play
they
on.
will.
Best 2 words in soccer. Play on. Fitchburg.
While I'm adding opportunities so that we can get all of my thoughts out in the first,
boy.
So many minutes of 4 hours.
What are you going to do for the rest of the 4 hours?
Massachusetts high school field hockey still only, high school soccer still only officiated by 2 officials on the field. Every other state, they've gone to the 3 officials that are done at international level. Massachusetts still only 2.
Todd.
Meanwhile, going the other way, Fitchburg on the breakaway. It was
Ooh.
16 with a shot in the drive.
Just misses.
Missed wide. And you want to know, of all the numbers that we have on the
Wide
rosters in
right.
front of us, 16 is not one of them.
Let me check mine. Nope. But I bet you Mike has something over there. We'll figure it out.
Mike chips in with another good thought. They go to 3 officials in the tournament, so that's good. At least they've, they put the extra official there. Basketball does the same thing as well, which, my only concern is officials haven't had time to practice in that formation, which then changes rotations and all sorts of things. I could bore you with the
You
details
want
at
to talk
another time.
softball, too?
I was going to say, we could talk that as well, and I could bore you with those details at another occasion. But you can never hurt having an extra set of eyes in any sport.
Well, I'm surprised that the way the officiating is done, that they don't have just one official in the middle and then 2 sideline officials.
That's
just
the
calling
three-man.
them.
That's the 3-man
Yeah,
system that they have.
You're playing the sideline. You got to watch the middle. You're gravitating in and out from midfield.
Yeah, soccer at every other level other than Massachusetts high school soccer is done with 3. Drift on over to Lancaster. I'm sure you've driven through there. Those are youth games. Got 3 officials out there. You've got a center official, and then you've got your 2 wing officials to, adjudicate those offsides we were talking about.
Right.
They call it diagonal control in soccer. Try to control the game between the 3 officials on a diagonal.
Todd, you're letting on way too much more than I thought.
Then you thought you knew. So far, there's been.
Yes.
Hey, Bill
My
Thomas.
head's about to explode.
If you hang tight with us over the next 4 hours, you'll be amazed at what I'm going to come
Feel
up
free
with.
to jump in and describe the game, Kate.
Lane with the drive down the field, and we'll send it out. It'll be a Fitchburg throw-in on the far side.
I got to tell you, we're going to have as much fun here as the girls and the boys on the field today.
No doubt about it.
So if the broadcast sounds a little disjointed, it's because we want to have as
probably
much
is.
fun. We got basic facts. We know who's out there for the most part, and we just want to have fun with it, just like they are.
Indeed, and a great day thus far. I saw a large crowd up on my entryway in. See all the different varsity sports, regardless of season. I saw lacrosse up there, and a lot of others setting up all sorts of games and fundraisers and things that are going on. So if you are within the sound of our voice in this broadcast, please come on down to Doyle Field today and be a part of this great homecoming day.
Did they charge you admission, Todd?
They didn't.
And they're not charging anybody
It's
admission,
correct.
so I don't want you to feel special until the football game.
Yes.
So get down here by 5:30. You'll get in for free.
Yeah,
There's a
opportunity you
donation
possibly have.
box out there. Feel free to kick it in. But just a great day of sports, high school sports activities.
No doubt about it. Where can you get that much entertainment? Started at 10 a.m. this morning with freshman football and goes all day long till about after 9 o'clock tonight. So lots of fun and excitement. The majority of it is free, which is a win all around.
No, I know you weren't here in time for the field hockey game. Leominster, a nice 3-0 win.
Fantastic.
But the freshman boys took it on the chin, 22-12 or something like that. But 20-12, so a good competitive game, one-score game.
Yes, indeed.
But see if we can't get these next 3.
Hard slide tackle
Here's a
there
whistle.
by Fitchburg, and yes, the whistle signals Leominster ball. And here comes the official from long distance in. I think he's going to charge this one. Nope. No.
Direct kick?
Just a direct kick, yeah. Cut below the knees.
Outside the penalty box area, though, so it's not
Indeed.
considered a penalty kick. There will be defenders. It's interesting, you hear people from the sideline yelling, "Get in front of it." Yeah, they're not standing out there 10 yards away from a missile.
You're not seeing the wall develop.
Exactly.
That's for certain. So they march off 10 yards. Remember, of course, soccer is an international game. There's some meters distinction there, but there's the drive straight on keeper, and Aponte will knock it down for the Red Raiders. And the ball plays back around the midfield. 23-15 and counting to play here in the first half. Leominster, Fitchburg. Girls varsity soccer, Blue Devils took the early 1-0 lead on their first goal of the season. And Leominster keeping the pressure on, trying to turn the action. We talk a lot about their formation, that tactical formation being defensive-oriented, but they've kept the foot on the gas offensively from the word go.
And I think that defensive prowess has actually aided their offense. The last 3 games, Todd, they've only given up 2, 1, and 1, I believe, and 3 close losses. So that defense is coming around, and I think we see it helping the offense. And it directly led to their first goal of the season.
Leominster with the kick into the middle. Ball bounces around, will eventually end up wide. It'll be a goal kick.
Leominster controlling the majority of the play on their side of midfield, which is nice to see. That's always good to keep the pressure on, and that's where you can get the defenders to make a mistake. They stop bouncing the ball around. Chance for another goal here.
Fitchburg sends the ball up the middle of the field.
Ball got in the way that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lossie almost rolled an ankle trying to knock the ball down. Leominster keeps it in play on the sideline. Yeah, it ends up right across the field. Lopez stops, keeps it in play along the sideline right in front of the Leominster bench, and a takeaway for the Red Raiders. Now a battle, and back it goes the other way. It's Lossie. Action continues. Little ping pong right around that 40-yard line on a football field. And made it to now midfield. Fitchburg keeping the ball alive. And eventually the ball will end up staying in play. Last touch, though, for Leominster. So it should be Fitchburg throwing over on the far side.
Good job by the Leominster midfielders there, stymieing that move down the field right here at midfield, stopping the momentum.
Ball gets knocked out, stays with Fitchburg. And we'll get our first substitution into the game here.
And of course, we don't have a 16 on our Fitchburg roster, but that's okay.
Even in the multitude of numbers, of all the numbers that we can possibly have choices, not one we have available to us.
So we got that going.
We'll assume it's a call-up. How's that sound?
Yeah,
it's a call-up.
It's a good day to get some underclassmen some time.
Absolutely.
Some JV players, absolutely.
But this early in the game?
I know.
Now I'm looking at the two different benches here. I'm guessing probably Leominster has most of their JV girls up here too, because they got a whole nother team sitting on the bench over here, which is nice, nice representation.
That's a nice kick.
Indeed, yeah. Long drive, and it is steered down by Lane.
A ball's coming right to me.
Yeah, Lane not happy with her goal kick. She didn't make the halfway point. Frustrated with how much air she got underneath it.
Nice job by Ayana Lopez to keep that ball in play.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
now the ball comes loose. Leominster's going to be first to it. And down they go. Fitchburg can keep it alive. They've got 3-on-2 if they hurry.
Looking for a cross here, right?
Yeah, and they were not able to get it. They'll slow it down, though. Settling the action. Ball will bounce back, knock down, and eventually out on the side. Fitchburg throw in.
Nice job by the defender there trying to catch a number. It looks like Elizabeth Larson for Leominster. Good job getting that ball out of danger.
We've seen on both sides, both defenses get burned pretty easily, and forwards for both teams able to get into deep into enemy territory.
Under 20 minutes to play, and
A lot
whistle
of
sends the
bodies
ball
flailing.
Leominster's way. Yes, indeed.
Playing hard.
Goalie's going to put it back in play.
Yeah, goal kick, and Lane will drive it downfield. The keeper finds her way all the way to the midfield stripe. Fitchburg's able to kind of thwart the forward movement, but it ends up out of bounds. And Leominster will have the throw in.
Some nifty moves down there.
Yeah, indeed.
Laura Young trying to play the ball over the defense, but good job by Fitchburg there.
Bouncing ball. Leominster moves it horizontally across the field. And back into the play, Lopez, who's been all over the field, working that right sideline, if you will, the right wing, as she now continues down that right wing, turns the action from the backfield into the forward, and now going all the way to the deep corner, and gets cut out right at the corner.
Nice
and
run
it looks
down the
like,
sideline.
Yeah, should be a corner kick for Leominster.
You know, I'll start with a nice give and go there by with Mia Lucy back here on the Blue Devil side of midfield.
So Violet Reynolds, the striker, will corner. Losey. Thank you. Appreciate that.
From the peanut gallery.
Reynolds with the cross. Knocked down and eventually just laid upon by Aponte. She was able to chase it down. Sends it back toward midfield. Gets knocked back to Leominster. Little backward movement to go forward, and they try to set up Lopez down the side all the way to the end line and couldn't quite corral. It did hit a Raider and go out laterally into the corner.
Ooh, looks like we might get a corner kick out of this.
Another corner kick
Can't
for Leominster
see that
again.
deep corner here. I got to revert to I hate watching TV just because I want to watch what's actually going on, but got to check myself here.
Your windows,
and
in
you
the
know
press
why?
box, Bill
There's no
Thomas.
side
There's no
window.
side windows. I know.
Thanks,
I
Todd.
knew where we were
Thanks,
going.
Todd.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Reynolds
Made
to
that
trigger. Here comes the corner.
Nice.
She'll
corner
launch
kick.
it into the middle of the field and missed everybody long. Left wing tries to cut down and could not. Played it along the side by the Raiders and eventually last touched off of Leominster and out of bounds. That was Gallo with the pursuit for the Blue Devils down that far sideline.
Ooh, broken up nicely there by Blue Devil forward.
Beautiful
Oh, great
try.
save right there. Ponte saving a goal.
Indeed.
Breakaway on a steal there on that throw-in.
That was from Benacasa for the Blue Devils.
And have a corner kick here
Yeah,
again.
corner kick going from the far side this time.
Violet Reynolds over there with the corner kick for the Blue Devils.
Winding down towards 16 to play here in the first half. 1-0 Leominster's lead.
She launched a nice one last time. See if we can't get some action out of it.
Biancasa with the drive on the corner and taken right out of the air by Aponte.
Keeper comes up big there. That's what they got to do is just jump into that crowd. You know, they're the only ones that can use their hands. You got to out-jump the heads.
Ball boy on the far side is phenomenal.
He's
Yes,
up and
indeed.
down the field. He's got a ball
He
ready to put
is
back in play, too.
Phenomenal.
Leominster changes 3 on that stoppage.
It's hot.
Coming off the field, Gianna Salvi and
I don't have the complexion to
looks
handle
like
this.
Violet
I was
Reynolds.
entirely prepared for a lot of what
Dang.
I'm seeing right at the moment, including the sun.
Let's see who else subbed out. Was it me?
Yeah, try to find the leader, and that play is going to be offside as Lopez snuck in behind that last defender, and they found her with the ball, but they found her offside. Play goes back to the Raiders.
Goal kick.
Yes, indeed.
No.
No.
Just a placement kick. No, it's
Yeah, player. They're going to
indirect. I
move it
think
up. There we go.
indirect kick. Is that what they
Indirect
refer to
free,
this as?
yes.
Yeah. Not that I know too much about soccer, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
all
want to
right.
let on more than I actually know. People might think badly of me.
You fake it till you make it, Bill Thomas.
Yeah.
And the Raiders will get position, and they will control the ball down left sideline. Eventually taken away there by Testa. And lost out of bounds. Fitchburg will get a throw in deep in Leominster territory. Down toward 14 and a half minutes to play here in the first half, and a 1-0 Leominster lead. Looks like Mariana Castro will have the throw in. Eventually the action contacted by the Blue Devils out of bounds and into the corner. Looks like corner kick coming up for Fitchburg. Here comes the corner. And snared out of the air by Colby Lane. She got position and took it away.
You can just see with the way that she reports herself what an athlete she is.
And cleared that ball all the way back to midfield. And offside action as Leominster snuck in the back.
I think Bill Thomas wants to know who number 16 is for Fitchburg.
The man is on
he's
a
on
mission.
assignment.
Yep, we appreciate that. Somebody has to be.
Nope.
While he's out there, if you can find my sunglasses,
That would be great.
tremendous.
That would be great.
Drive upfield,
I might have to be in a fight with you right now.
and the ball goes
You told me make sure you have 1,001 layers. I am beside myself warm right now. Just beside myself.
Somebody
Wow.
told me
My favorite thing
it
is that
was cooler than
Bill
yesterday. Who
Thomas
was
just
that?
went down and is talking to the head coach for Fitchburg in the middle of the game right now.
And that is why we love Bill Thomas.
Don't worry, she doesn't have to coach or anything, Bill. Are you kidding me right now? This is the greatest thing ever. Bradley, you need to get a shot of that down on the Fitchburg sideline.
There he is. Yep. Bill Thomas.
Middle of the game.
I believe he's talking to the assistant coach, Bergeron,
Here's hoping.
on the sideline.
Here's hoping, because if that's the head coach.
And Fitchburg
They
will
need
take
a timeout
timeout
because Bill's in
as
the
they're
middle of
still
something.
trying to get the roster squared away.
They have no idea who that player is.
12:25 to play here in the first half.
Best
and
thing ever is
now
now they have to go,
got the lead.
who's 16?
Yeah, well, that's
Anyone?
kind of the better part.
Anybody?
There's who would like to be
Number 16.
Number
Because you're
16.
playing great today.
She is. She's definitely involved in the action. Homecoming day here at historic Doyle Field. Having a lot of fun. Todd Robbins,
Look at him,
Kate
he's
Robbins,
still on it.
Bill
He's
Thomas,
still on it.
Ed Ordway, and the cast of thousands here at historic Doyle Field as well, and you can be a part
when's
of
lunchtime?
it. I believe it comes right around halftime when I go find my sunglasses and anything else that I'm missing at this moment
Where's
in
your
time.
bikini top?
As well. Yeah, at the very least, a short sleeve
I am
shirt.
so mad at you right now for the amount of conversation
Relative to clothing
a
we
la
had?
lecture that I got relative to the amount of clothing that I needed to procure. I'm not happy right now. I feel like a little like
Is there
sweating
any
sausage.
chance you think that your parents thought that I stole the car, even though I live there?
I don't know. But
he looked a little freaked out with the car peeled
so
out of the
I'm not
driveway.
gonna lie that I couldn't decide if I wanted to tell you. I didn't know if I wanted to tell you that they were there today.
All right. Well, Bill Thomas, honestly, Billy, we've been having a lot of fun. Let's get you back on headset. We have been having you a lot of fun. All right.
This is fantastic. All right, we have 12:25 remaining here in the first half of play. It's 1-0 Leominster girls soccer right now on top of the Fitchburg, the ladies of Fitchburg. Big doings here at Doyle Field. Leominster girls soccer been looking for their first official, well, not, I guess, unofficial goal of the season.
Bill Thomas rejoins us. Bill Thomas, fantastic job. We're
Hey.
not going to lie. Go back and watch the replay. We might have been talking about you. And there
That's fine.
might have been some on
We
camera
might have
time
had
as well.
Bradley put the camera on you.
Doing yeoman's work,
Yeah.
getting the
I'm saying,
inside information.
People
Thank you.
need to know what's going on.
Well,
down there.
and I told the coach, I'm like, we want to talk about your girls, but we don't want to refer to them by numbers. We'd like to know who we're talking about. She's very helpful. Took my thing. It's like I don't want to take away from the game, but excellent job by the coach.
No, we do.
Is she the
we
head
appreciate
coach?
that.
I didn't even ask.
Kate thought she might have been the head coach, but I said I don't think so. I think that's Coach Bergeron. She's the
Yeah,
assistant.
she wasn't concerned with being in the huddle during the timeout.
Yeah,
but
so-
she
Oh,
was
all
very
right.
helpful.
Coach Bataya must have been the gentleman who was leading the huddle as well.
I hope so, because my word,
Indeed.
my word, we're going to get some nasty
Indeed.
grams for Fitchburg if that's not the case.
And I
Hey,
will
we're
tell you,
trying
by
our
the
best.
way,
As long as we get the girls right, that's the important thing.
while we're on that, thank you,
Billy
by
will
the
take
way.
the heat.
Big thank you to our friends over in Fitchburg, Ray
Yes.
Kazenza and the rest of the staff
They've
there.
been so amenable.
Yes, they got our rosters over to us within just a couple of minutes when I requested them the other day. So I certainly appreciate that. Wish I had time with everything else that we were trying to juggle for this broadcast.
who
day
is this number
to speak to these
16 young
coaches in
lady?
advance? So it's Jordan
is
Butler.
this?
Jordan Butler,
Nonetheless.
Hi, Jordan.
31 in your program.
Yep, been playing the left wing on the offensive side of the ball.
Well,
And,
Jordan, you're doing a great job.
and
today. There she
Mariana-
is. Boom.
Indeed. And
Right in the middle of the
all
action.
the way down to Colby Lane. She lets it go out the end line. Oh, and they say no. She might have played that ball, and it's going to result in a Fitchburg corner.
Oof. One other change, too, a note, we've been misrepresenting number 15 as Mariana Castro. It's actually Michelle Tome.
Yes, Tom Castro no longer with us.
Castro with the team.
Yeah, indeed.
I hope
There's
she's
the cross
nice
from Butler, and
job
Lane
on that.
going to her back to make the save.
Gorgeous effort there by the goalie, the keeper.
Oh, miss on the head there, but still plays to the Leominster side.
And Lopez will get body position and can't settle the ball down before it rolls out of play. And so it will be
Every
Fitchburg
time
ball.
I see a young lady go up for a header, I cringe.
Yeah, I know.
I cringe so badly. Girls soccer, second only to football in the number of concussions,
Really.
Yeah.
because the neck muscles are not as developed as the men's.
You
Well,
have
I
to
know
include
some-
Spirit as well. Spirit squads have a high rate of concussions as well.
Some
Yeah.
youth leagues prohibit headers up to
Yeah.
a certain age, I believe. So,
I
and
get
it's
nervous.
obviously a safety issue.
I get nervous.
So Fitchburg with the direct opportunity. Here's
Oh.
Butler.
Nice
Puts it and
save.
tipped away by Lane.
Save.
Uses the bar.
That's
That was
gonna.
gorgeous.
That's gonna. And Mike told us the goalie's the best player on the field, and she showed her her skill right there.
That was
Save and
incredible.
bounce it off the top crossbar and out of harm's way.
Leominster's
Sometimes all you
coaching
need is
staff
just a finger on it.
making, oh my goodness, my heart's beating, my heart's beating. They want this win so badly.
Indeed they do.
So badly. The entire community does. That ball boy on the far side, though, is my hero.
He has been
He is Johnny on the spot.
I'm going to
every
get his
single
name
time.
at halftime, Kate, so we can give him some
It's
credit.
Christian? Oh, my
Christian,
God, he's
okay.
amazing.
Is he here all the time, Mike, with the Oh, all right. So he's very active in the sports
He's tremendous.
side of things.
Yes, indeed. And here comes Leominster on the approach. Just about 9 minutes to play here in the first half. 1-0, Leominster's lead. And
Darn football's back in the field.
stays the same way thanks to a Colby Lane save. And now Leominster taking it back the other way. And Gianna Salvi's got control. Salvi tries to send a pass forward. And a whistle. And it appears to be Fitchburg ball.
Looks like a roll past the goal line there. We're going to have a goal kick here, Todd.
Yeah,
Unless
looks
there
like
was
it.
some infraction on the field that we didn't see.
Oh, the official coming over, and looks like you have
Oh,
a
we're gonna have a
conversation there with Lopez and Tome about the conversation. And, well, the good news is a lot of pushing, shoving, fairly demonstrative conversation, and that was all just within themselves.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm glad we got the numbers right so we could give the girls credit
Yeah, if they
on
get a
who's
little
getting
extra
the talking
face
to.
But the official walks away having not carded anybody.
And probably
So-
that's a good thing. Why, you know,
Proactive.
just talk to them.
Proactive officiating.
You know, tell them calm down.
We'll,
Play the game.
we'll call that basically a warning. Well, we call that a white card. Like, it was kind of white. It was whitish. It's like, hey, this is a warning. Maybe, you know, white with like a red stripe, if you will. And the ball gets driven down the side of the field.
I just call that proactive officiating.
Wow, indeed. Certainly made use of the stop. Leominster trying to keep the ball in the front, and that was Duval that keeps moving it forward. And now down the sideline. Leominster plays on.
Nice touch pass there.
Yes.
Player to player. Oh, a little push in
Yeah,
the
so
back
a little
right there.
jockeying for position there over on the far side.
All right, that's what we'll call it.
And Leominster keeps the ball in at the midfield.
That's a block in the back.
Yes, indeed.
We need more
And
flags
that was
in
Gallo.
soccer. I've
Gallo to
decided.
keep the ball alive as well.
I tell you, play on. It's the best 2 words in soccer.
Indeed, indeed. And they use it plenty.
If you're not bleeding, just get up.
Back and forth action here in the front half, or the Fitchburg half of the field, if you will. Under 7.5 minutes to play here in the first half, and it's a 1-0 Leominster lead.
1-0.
Gianna Salvi here battling for the ball, gets it taken away.
And
at
now
midfield.
comes loose for Butler. Butler's going to have a breakaway opportunity with 2 Blue Devils trying to catch up. She tries to center.
Oh,
now
beautiful
touches
pass.
forward,
Oh.
and offside is the signal.
Yeah, you can see that coming. Once the Blue Devils came up to play that ball, the Fitchburg offensive player continued down the field. That's what happens. The defense comes up, and the offense has to come up with them. You have to stay even, and Fitchburg player did not do that there, and when the ball came to her, she was clearly offside. That's an offside we were okay with, right?
See, that one I understood.
That one I understood.
Lane will re-trigger with the goal kick. It's knocked down by Fitchburg, and Fitchburg starts to push the action the other way.
Some hand-holding going on.
I was going to say, definitely some close body action.
Olivia
Mr.
Gallo.
Bodies up, and the ball goes out on the sideline, and it'll be Fitchburg throw-in.
Throwing a few elbows over there, a little shoulder, trying to gain control. Jockeying with the Fitchburg offensive player.
I think I have a sunburn.
Ball bounces loose to the middle of the field. Here's Salvi. Ball gets pushed back the other way. Butler now.
Again.
Butler's going to move it forward. Chance to cross, and it gets knocked down and away. Duval steps in the lane to knock it away. It will end up with a corner for Fitchburg, but Duval knocked down the scoring attempt.
Elena Duval, she's a captain, and showing her team leadership right there. Junior defender.
Coach Pataya gets into the conversation. He's got to put a ball in play, as the ball person on this near side of the field was not available. So Butler will send the cross from the corner, looking to center. Fitchburg, can they settle it down? And no, Lane will pounce on top of it in the scoring area. Nice job by Lane.
Very aggressive move there by the goalie. There's a good,
And
good goal
great
kick
boot
out there.
downfield.
Good punt.
Oh, gosh.
And the ball touched and into the substitution area.
Thought Lopez was going to stop at the beverage table there.
Indeed.
I would have.
Grab a bottle as you're running out and then just toss it back.
Action
no snack
continues
cart,
and right
though.
back in. Tomei with the throw-in right away.
Ooh.
Tries to find a lead pass.
Things are getting a little chippy down
Yeah,
there.
a little shoulder action
Oh, look
there.
at this. Look at this. Oh, my God.
Jenna Aubuchon,
In
not
each
real
other's
happy.
face.
Yeah, they have sorted things out.
Oh, it continues. We got some
And
problems.
now a timeout taken by the officials
Yeah,
as
well,
conversation ends.
Miss-
Aubuchon.
Miss Chen is a little hot under the collar.
Yeah.
Aubuchon, Salvi, Lopez in there for the conversation as well.
Pleading her case on why she thought she was fouled heading to the goal. And Leominster's talking about how they played great defense against her.
This
The
conversation feels very parochial, doesn't it?
It does.
It's
It
a
just
teaching.
feels very parochial
A
in the way the
teaching moment
conversation
today?
goes. Apparently, 4:41 to play here in the first half.
By-
1-0.
by the way-
Leominster's lead.
By the way, this is going to boil over.
Yeah. And Jen is a senior, so I'm sure she's been there before.
This
not
is
her
going to
first-
get chippy.
Not her first rodeo.
I
on
was
the
going to
soccer field.
say, one goal in this game feels like a lot with a full half to play. Looks for a center there. Ball gets knocked down. Leominster tries to turn the action downfield. Meanwhile, Fitchburg trying to settle it down. A bouncing ball comes toward the near side. Leominster's Capone looked to center. And now the action turns. Fitchburg with a chance for a drive. Knocked right back by Duval. It will come for Gallo. Gallo's going to watch it go out the far side, and it's a throw-in for Fitchburg.
Good job by Fitchburg there, gaining control of the loose balls back and forth, moving it incrementally up the field there with a series of passes.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, a 1-0 Leominster lead here on Homecoming Day on Leominster TV. Happy to have you along with us. Fitchburg with the drive opportunity, and they hit the side of the net, and Leominster will send in a full line change.
So no lie, halftime in this cannot come soon enough. This 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The emotional overload that's going on the field
I
right
think
now.
so.
We just need a little break.
Yep, little break from the action.
Break. There's a lot of emotions going on out there.
Indeed.
And it's great to see. Great to see. You
Hey,
know,
I love a good competitive game.
Leominster playing with a lead
But there's
for
a
the first time.
Potential brawl brewing.
I think we had
Lane with the
handball.
touch. Yeah, I think that was a handball. Looked like it was up around the wrist over on the far
elbow
side.
ball, we'll call it.
Yeah, Lane had launched that great kick downfield, and it
Yes.
bounced, I think, to O'Malley, who
Yep.
kind of caught it with the underside of the arm.
Going to have a
Fitchburg will have the indirect from the far sideline. Launch downfield. It will bounce on the one hop to Lane. And Lane's going to take it all the way across field to her right before sending the kick downfield.
seeing a common theme here. She likes to
Oh,
punt that
gosh.
ball down this near sideline here. And that's where Lopez
Header
plays.
played on, yes. Loose ball downfield. Leominster takes the shot on net, and it is knocked down there. Claire Damaris with the shot.
I think I would have closed the distance a little there before I took that
And
one.
had a chance maybe for one more move, try to throw the keeper in the wrong direction.
Or several.
Salvi with a loose ball along midfield, tries to find a lead man pass again for Damaris, and a bouncing ball toward the sideline. It'll be a Fitchburg throw.
You know what, though? I do feel a little bit difficult to be critical because I don't know that I could run more than 15 yards. So you guys are doing great.
Oh, a little elbow
I
there.
was going to say, and it will be a Fitchburg ball. They'll
She's
have
gonna
an indirect.
lose her
That's
mind.
Jenna Aubuchon got unceremoniously taken out of that play.
She's gonna
But she
lose
did get her call, so she can
her
get down in
mind.
position.
Yeah, she did a very nice barrel roll toward the sideline, and right back up on her feet. Butler will have the kick.
Got to be careful here.
Clock stopped. We're inside of the last 2 minutes here. Time, remember, kept down on the field. Offside is the call. A Red Raider was too far downfield.
So did you steal the car, Todd?
I don't know. I didn't.
I
mean,
shot the clerk.
I own it.
I shot the clerk.
Is there a bolo out for you?
There should be.
Whether my father-in-law knows that I own it or not is an entirely different conversation, as he wonders who the person was that took off with the vehicle.
Oh, the Halloween parade's going on downtown.
Indeed. When you finish there, come on out. Great soccer action, and then a football game tonight
Some
here at
cuties.
Doyle Field as well.
Risky play there by the Leominster goalkeeper coming outside the box to play that. She can only play it with her feet once she gets outside that box.
Look at you, Bill Thomas. There was a little trip up. And it'll be a Fitchburg position here.
Look at it's Lennon as a firefighter.
Oh.
That's Andy's little girl, Lennon. So cute.
Are they streaming the parade too?
No.
That is a negative. You want to stream? You've got this. Here's the cross. Ball knocked down. Leominster plays it out of the scoring area and looks to turn the action down the left side of the field. And time on the field says that's the end of the first half with the score. Leominster 1, Fitchburg 0. A back-and-forth game. Leominster gets the big moment of the season that they've been waiting for first, which is, of course, their first goal of the season. They get that out of the way inside of the first 5 minutes of the first half and take this 1-0 lead that they've held on to for the entirety of the remainder of that first half of action from the point where they scored it. So, busy day, great goal. 1-0 Leominster's lead through 1. And we get set for halftime here.
Lunchtime.
Game 1 of 2 on the soccer pitch here. It will be Leominster and Fitchburg boys coming up for the second game, and then there'll be about an hour break or so, and then it's Shepherd Hill and Leominster homecoming football. All that coming up today on homecoming day from Doyle Field. Again, if you're watching this, get in the car, come on down, be a part of it. It is way warmer than you think outside. Great day to be here at historic Doyle Field. So please come on out and be a part of it. Billy, Kate, and myself will be back with you for second half action. Bradley on the truck as well in a moment. 1-0 Leominster through 1 in the first of a doubleheader of soccer action. More to come. You're watching Leominster Homecoming Day here on Leominster TV.
And we're back here for second half action. Leominster girls soccer taking on Fitchburg. Todd and Billy finishing lunch.
Kate, afraid of silence. That tends to be my first concern.
Well,
Remember,
used to being with you, there's not a lot of silence.
I was going to say, we only get afraid of silence in radio because then they think your radio station ran out of money and went off the air. We don't have to worry about that until after 6:30. In the meantime,
oh my God.
we are on television, and television, as long as you can see it, they know you're with you. That's kind of the old adage here in the television business. Hang on, Billy, I got you. Go ahead.
Did the check clear this week? I should have checked my bank account.
As if I ever check. Oh, good God.
John's good to us.
Indeed. Indeed. Actually, you want to know who's good to us? The folks that play up on Yawkey Way or Jersey Street or whatever name they call it there. They were good to us. They got their game out of the way so we can get back on the radio.
I agree.
tonight.
They took care of business.
I like it. Yeah, timing is everything in life. I couldn't find him this morning, but then again, I wasn't driving the truck, so. Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, I think next Friday. Oh, no, it'll be late. Oh, no. 8 o'clock.
There's a
No,
World
it'll be in
Series
our
game
way.
on the hook for next week. We'll get into it next week.
No, hold on. Let's see. Tuesday. Oh, yeah, they can't wrap it up before then.
Yep, I already
That could be
calculated
game
out.
4.
Meanwhile, a soccer game continues to break out. Second half has begun here at Doyle Field on homecoming day.
Lopez down there for a moment. Strong midfielder Lopez is. I noticed I was going to comment earlier that the goalkeeper tends to kick the ball to her side when she's playing it up the field to the right-hand side there, and she does a good control of sideline, good job of sideline control, moving the ball down into the offensive end for the offensive players.
Leominster lifts that one downfield, and it will go long out the end. It'll be a goal kick for Fitchburg as we wind just into the third minute here of half number 2. 1-0 Leominster's lead as we start second half action of game 1 of 3 here at historic Doyle Fields today. Girls soccer up right now, followed by boys soccer against Fitchburg up next, and then follow that up with Shepherd Hill and Leominster in boys varsity football as well. So all that still on deck here on homecoming day. Come on down, be a part of it. Here at Doyle Field, Todd Robbins with Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins as well. She of the I don't know where the keys are for the vehicle. That's good.
I'm not going to ask.
It's not, have you seen me ask? We'll figure it out. One day we got to go home eventually. Ball goes down.
Is this the car you stole? She can't find the keys?
No, I know where that,
that
key is because I drove that car down.
Okay. And as we play on.
Yeah, that's right. And back
Still
to live
1-0.
action. Still 1-0.
All right, nil. I can't say nothing.
Yeah,
1-0.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it off and on, but technically it is nil.
1 Nilton, like nothing. Nilton.
That's right.
Make
Teams
up a
have
new
changed ends here in the second half. So Fitchburg going left to right across your television screen as Bradley pans it. And meanwhile, right to left go the Blue Devils.
Fitchburg,
And the keys have been found.
Fitchburg taking early control here, controlling the offensive side of play.
Now,
Play into the
do you
goalkeeper.
want to make a comment?
I'm gonna finish my
Colby
lunch.
Lane knocks it down. All right.
No follow-up there. She fumbled the ball a little bit, but no Fitchburg offensive player there charging in on her. Might
They're
have been an
used to
opportunity.
playing it cleanly and turning the action back upfield. They didn't want to take a chance. Leominster keeps it alive right in the midfield. Meanwhile, off that header, Fitchburg is going to get control. On the sideline, full body contact, and begrudgingly a whistle will stop action. And, yeah, Christine Testa goes, I got cross-body block there, and it's my fault?
Alexa Silverberg laying the lumber on her.
Aponte crosses the kick in. Knocked down. Centering pass to nobody in particular. The Raiders will look to turn the action. Leominster will pick up a loose ball, though. Biancasa working it up sideline. She finds her way to O'Malley on the left wing before Fitchburg stops the tide and turns it back to the midfield. And we continue with a little ping-pong soccer between the football 40s.
Play coming upfield here. Chance for the Leominster. Beat the defender. Has to kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, Fitchburg will kick it out of bounds. They're hoping it goes out on the sideline there, so it's just a Leominster throw-in. I believe they achieved it. It didn't make it to the end line for the corner kick.
Zoe Meir there playing defense, just getting it out of play. Let
It is a Leominster
Fitchburg
throw.
regroup here. Trying to play into the middle of the field. A little pushing and shoving.
And the ball will end up out at the end line off of a Leominster foot, and so it will be goal kick for the Raiders.
Sasha O'Malley and Zoe Meyer mixing it up there a little bit. We've seen some testy play, and it's already starting off here in the second half.
I'm guessing that just with that 10-minute break, they didn't get better feelings about one
No.
another, that's for certain.
Might have actually ramped it up. It's like, come on, let's get back out there. I imagine the Leominster girls didn't want to have halftime.
I
the way
would
they've been
agree.
playing.
They've been going pretty smoothly here. Lopez tries to drive, and I believe that action was signaled offside, so it'll be Fitchburg ball.
Looks like we're going to have a
Inside of
goal kick
34
here.
minutes. 1-0 Leominster's lead here in the first of two between Leominster and Fitchburg on homecoming day. What a day. My goodness. Great weather.
I mean, with the onset, what felt like the onset of winter earlier this week,
I
waking
know.
up to frost on the windshield and, 30 degrees. And this is, you couldn't ask for a better day, 60s. And great day for the parade downtown Leominster if you got a chance to get down there. And
Agreed.
hopefully you did, and now you're joining us here.
And a bounding ball continues to bound some more. Leominster will settle it down. Young plays it on, and it's sent right back in the other direction off of Fitchburg foot. Ball still bouncing. Down left sideline, players playing for body position. One of them is Butler for the Raiders, and Butler is sent on the barrel roll.
Trying to see who that
And it'll
was.
be a Fitchburg kick.
Defending Leominster player. Looks like number 12 or 22. I can't quite get the number.
And we're going to get a chance to find out who that number is, Bill Thomas.
I think it's 22. She's coming over the
22
sideline, and
is-
she's getting a talking too.
She's going to get the conversation.
So that would be, that's Nasha Aponte. Oh, no, let's see,
Nope.
over here. I'm on the wrong
Mia
side.
Losi.
Mia Losi. Getting a little calm down talk.
Fitchburg sends the ball into the middle of the field. Ball still bounding toward the near side. Leominster tried to turn it upfield, and they did play it off of a Red Raider successfully before the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah.
So it'll be a throw for Leominster in the defensive end.
Played it right into Rachel Romero.
They throw it up the sideline. Bounced off of a Raider. Leominster with the throw in. Continue to move it up the sideline. Played on. Fitchburg sends it out of bounds. Leominster will have a throw in.
Still working their way incrementally up the field here, forcing the Fitchburg Red Raider defenders just to play the ball out of bounds rather than give it up.
Now, if we were to use the American football terminology, about 10 yards at a time, Leominster has matriculated the ball up the field.
Getting first downs.
Yeah, I was going to say, one throw at a time. Now's the time to capitalize. They'll send it into the center of the field. Fitchburg's going to try to turn it. Salvi will play it back downfield.
Once again, putting the pressure on the defender, and she misses
the defender
it.
did miss it and has to send it out the end line, so it'll be a corner for Leominster.
A mistake there by Zoe Meir that allowed the offensive move by the Leominster forward, and good job there to pursue that and not give up on that play. Results in an offensive opportunity here with a corner kick for the Blue Devils.
About 31 minutes, left to play here in quarter number 2, or make it half number 2.
I know.
I know. What are we doing now? 2 halves?
Lopez.
Leominster's corner into the middle of the field. Gets knocked down off the foot of Reynolds.
Yeah, bodied out there by the defender. We're going to have another corner kick.
And Reynolds will
See, who was
launch
that
it
over
again.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Reynolds. I thought that was
Yeah,
Lopez is on the other side of the field.
Violet Reynolds will trigger the corner. Here comes the cross into the middle of the field.
Oh,
Can't
just
convert. Still bounding. A popped up ball, and Aponte will get some room, and she'll make the basket catch.
Nice offensive series there, though. Leominster continues to put the pressure on in front of the goalie. Corner kicks, using them to their advantage.
Yes, indeed. A bouncing ball played on. Fitchburg trying to turn the tide, and Reynolds gets a foot on it, and there was a little body contact before the push, and it's going to be Fitchburg ball.
That was a fortuitous whistle there for Leominster. Fitchburg was about to move down the field on that kick just as the whistle blew.
Bounding ball and offside. Fitchburg plays in the offside position, and the ball will go back to Leominster.
Good call.
If you know, Bill, I'm impressed because it suits me just fine if it plays that way. You want to know the only time that I've ever understood it? And this is a credit to our partners over at ESPN, you know, the folks who have a seemingly unlimited amount of money, is that during World Cup action now, they send out a line when there's an offside call on the game. They pull up the replay, they send out a line, and then they colorize the field and highlight how that player was offside. It makes perfect sense when you see it represented that way.
Bradley.
Yeah.
Back of the truck, Bradley. You're listening to us, right? We know you don't have enough to do. Get some color on the screen.
Bradley, the one-man band. See if he can do that. He's going to have to hire those small little gnomes there to paint the first down lines on those TV broadcasts. Get them to come in. They're going to need a whole fleet of them, though, to color that much of the field to show us each offside. Meanwhile, Aponte will play it down and send the goal kick downfield. Bouncing ball down the left sideline.
Ooh, played the wrong way by the Leominster offensive play. Girl there.
Sometimes, yeah.
Trying to gain control.
Leominster, I think, chipped this one out of bounds. I believe it's going to be a Fitchburg throw right around midfield.
Went off, off the Leominster girl there.
Yep. And so there's the throw in, and Leominster will knock it down again along the sideline. So another throw-in opportunity for Fitchburg.
Saoirse O'Malley playing some defense there from a midfield position.
And O'Malley plays this one heads on, and offside. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be a Fitchburg throw. Another opportunity. Here's Aponte.
Nice throw in.
Yes, indeed. Downfield, knocked down. Headed on and played out of bounds. Fitchburg continues with the tosses downfield. This one is between 4 players. Loose ball will come loose on the foot of Silverberg. Silverberg takes it all the way into the corner, and eventually it was chipped out by Leominster.
Elizabeth Lawson there on the defense. Looks like we're going to have a corner kick here by Fitchburg.
Yeah, so they say it went out over the end line, so a corner kick opportunity, and it looks like Butler will be the one to trigger. Butler sends the cross, bounces through the middle of the field. Lopez tried to play it down, maybe got a piece of her body on it, but the ball continues in control for Fitchburg as they try to settle it down in a chaotic moment. Now the drive, it's a high fly. Lane's got to come forward to play it. She may have tipped it. There was some body contact there, but they got inside a lane. It's going to be a goal kick.
Can't interfere with the goaltender while they're out there doing their job.
Correct. They say perhaps it was played offside. Fitchburg was in position there. Certainly weren't a lot of defenders in the area, I'll say that.
Ooh, Fitchburg with an opportunity.
On, and Leominster will turn the action toward the end line.
Elena Duvall playing
it out,
some
for a corner
good
kick.
defense there. Look like Ponte leading the offensive charge for the Red Raiders. Tell you that renewed defensive awareness, I guess you could say, shown by the girls, Leominster Blue Devil girls soccer team is paying off for them today. But we've seen that the last 2 or 3 games. They've had some very close games.
Butler triggers the corner right into the waiting hands of Colby Lane, and she finds some room.
Once again, playing that ball down Lopez's side over there, I think they got a good working relationship. She's played it down there almost every time, and Lopez does a great job of gaining control. Played to an open Blue Devil here over on the
That's
outside.
O'Malley. O'Malley sends
Back
it
in
on
front.
net, and Aponte digs it out.
Blue Devil's got to crash the net there. Look for those rebounds.
Yeah, she did a good job making sure there wasn't one on the sideline. Just kind of smothered it. Bouncing ball. It'll be a Leominster throw from the nearest side.
Christine Testa tossing it in here. Wearing a big knee brace, but she's out there though.
There was a push behind the play. The whistle comes, and it'll be Fitchburg ball.
Christine Testa, a senior.
Leominster turns the action along the sideline. Damaris, and nobody can get a foot on it before it crosses the touch. Here's the throw-in. Bouncing ball, played legally down the right side. Fitchburg will pull it back. It's Romero. Romero tries centering it. And now the loose ball turns the other way. Here comes Leominster.
Lopez leading the charge.
Yeah, she pushes it on for Biancasa. Biancasa tries to get a left foot on it. Slide tackle there. And the signal, I believe that is inside the scoring area. This is going to be a direct for Leominster.
Direct, but not a penalty kick because they're not inside
Oh, it
the
is?
box.
No, it is a penalty kick. They were inside the box.
I'm looking at the yellow, really.
So Leominster with another scoring chance here.
Penalty kick, huh?
And coming all the way downfield. How about this?
Yeah,
This is
they
like
were
two
inside the
goalies getting
box.
into a fight. They can pick anybody they want to take the kick. And here comes Colby Lane, has come all the way
That's
downfield.
amazing.
She's going to take the penalty kick.
This is interesting.
Best
for
athlete
sure,
on the
huh?
team.
On keeper.
They say she's the best athlete on the team, so it certainly makes sense.
Penalty inside the scoring area leads to the free kick for Leominster, or the penalty kick for Leominster. And keeper on keeper, Colby Lane to take the shot. Whistle to begin play, and
Beautiful.
she chips it in.
That's 2.
First 2 goals of the season for the Leominster Blue Devil girls, and they're making their game pay off today.
How often do you
against
see
their
that on the
rival.
stat sheet? The keeper, second,
Has a
and
goal.
tied for most goals on the team.
I mean,
And the keeper, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but is in line to score a goal and pitch a shutout.
Yep.
Indeed.
Not too shabby.
24:56 to play here in the second half, and Leominster has a 2-0 lead with the second goal off the right foot of the keeper. Colby Lane on a penalty kick.
Nice job. A little
gotta
bit of
feel
a
good.
cushion there too. You know, 2 goals. It's a big hill to climb in soccer to overcome.
I'm going to go consult my my record book of understanding of this sport and say that doesn't happen very often. Don't know, but I'll find that on Monday. It'll be a day
Well,
late and a dollar short for
It's
this
interesting
broadcast.
because I wish I knew the young lady's name that was up here in the booth earlier, but she played for Lunenburg some years ago.
Okay.
And she played goalie, and she scored a goal and played goalie at the same time.
Well, how about that?
During the game, somehow.
So this
She,
does
we
happen.
were talking about that, how kind of weird it was. It was either, I'm not sure if it was, might not even been soccer though. Could have been talking about field hockey. But she was playing goalkeeper and scored a goal. So it's not that unusual.
So Bill doesn't know the sport, doesn't know
But
the
I know that it
person, doesn't
happened.
know how she did it.
But the story does happen. Hey, I mean, my
but
personal
the story's
favorites,
the story.
when you see an ice hockey goalie score a goal on an open net, those
Yeah,
are some
I
of
know
the
it,
best. The long flip.
Oh, little. And who goes rolling to the ground again? Jenna Aubuchon
Yeah.
gets up looking around, taking a number there.
Trying to find who,
Yeah, I
pray
think that
tell,
was,
did that to me this time.
Elena Duvall, I think.
Ball in the middle of the field will be played forward. Played on. A bouncing ball, and Leominster tries to get an opportunity to move it forward. They'll play over to the sideline. It's Lopez. Lopez gets bodied off the play, and Fitchburg takes the ball away. And now a whistle, and you could charge it.
Yellow.
Yep, and a yellow card gets charged toward Lopez. So
She's
Lopez
smiling.
got pushed off the play and then made a comment about it, and that led to our first card of the day. It's a yellow for Lopez. 2 yellows is a red.
I'd like
being
to see this explanation.
Substituted out here for, looks like Autumn Flamino McNamara. Taking a spot over there on the right-hand side of the midfield.
Pleading her case to go Coach Romani over here on the near side, and she'll
Take a spell.
grab some seat. Yes. Meanwhile, Leominster right back pressing the action. Here's Damaris.
Nice cross.
Damaris, yeah, will center. She'll find Biancasa, who launches from point blank and sends it up Morton Street out of play, and
Yep.
it'll be a goal kick.
Multiple soccer balls.
Yeah, we got soccer balls that have come into play from all directions.
Lopez is still walking it off.
22 and a half to play here in the second half. Leominster with the 2-0 lead. First 2 goals of the season against the arch rival Red Raiders. Got to feel good for the Blue Devils. Would certainly like their first win in 2 years to be here today as well.
Well, that's a fact that I wasn't aware of, but
Yes,
that
indeed.
makes this game even bigger. You know, to get your first win in 2 years and coming against Arch, almost crosstown rival. It's probably, 5 miles away the crow flies between schools, if that, probably shorter.
Well, Fitchburg's in Ashby, so.
It was annexed. It was annexed. It's the annexation of Ashby.
Isn't Leominster's high school almost in Westminster?
No, it is not. No,
Not
it's
so much
clearly
fun.
and firmly
Yeah.
in Leominster. As we wind down
Bill,
toward
you know
20
we
minutes.
live over there,
I
right?
know.
You know we live on
It's
that
just,
side.
it's way on the other side of town.
Way
It-
away.
it is. Way-
so
way.
far away.
Way.
Billy, not.
Just think when we start going there for the sporting events. Will they ever play football there?
No.
No.
No. Everything else, though, possible.
Possibly. Certainly some games here. Field hockey, a new field potentially up there as well. They're certainly looking for it. The money is there from the state. Now on the local level, the money has to be found. It's a matching grant.
Ooh.
Centering pass, and the shot goes up and over the bar off the foot there of Reynolds.
A little bit too much lift on that.
But the offensive opportunities are coming, and it's some good midfield defense here
Look
by
at
the Blue
Christian
Devils.
go.
He
Look
has
at
been
him go.
chasing balls all over that far side of the field.
He's
to his
missing
credit.
one over here. Christian, you missed one over here. Somebody's going to get it. There's one. It's not on the field of play, but
And
on the
now
back
he gets
line.
knocked down to be
Oh,
Fitchburg
Christian.
ball.
He's amazing.
going to have a free kick here.
I love that the pylons are out and the red flags are out. So confused.
Pylons are much deeper, though.
Yes.
Corner of the end
And they're on the
zones.
white lines.
And offside, the call there. I'm going to read you the comment that Coach Romani sent over about his squad. He said, although our efforts are not yet showing on the scoreboard, they certainly are today. This, of course, came to me pregame. As we're winless in 2 seasons, the effort, the hustle, and in return the confidence has been evident as it has been in the last 3 games. So certainly that is paying off today. As the sun has gone away, by the way, with some heavy cloud blanket that has come over top.
Beautiful.
It is, but I've also noticed the temperature has dropped
Oh,
a
I'm
solid
thrilled.
10 degrees.
And I think that's interesting, Todd, that the coach commented about the last 3 games, and I'm trying to look for my notes here real quick, but I think the last 3 games were a 2-1 loss, a 2-0 loss, and a 1-0 loss. So it does show improvement. Not that they were giving up double-digit goals, a lot of 4 and 5 goal games in their losing streak, but can see their improvement.
Yeah.
Offensive, Mike's telling us they've lost 1 game hitting the goalpost
Yeah,
with a couple minutes left.
couple minutes
but
left.
they've shown some skill, but skill doesn't get it done sometimes. You got to put the ball in the net, and you can be outplayed and still lose, and then you can be outplayed and still win. So it's all about scoring goals and taking advantage of their opportunities, and they have today 2 great opportunities that they converted
Indeed
on.
they have. Under 19 minutes to play here in the first half. Leominster's got the corner. Here's the drive. And they'll knock it with a head, and Aponte somehow got in the middle of the pack and came up with the ball.
Great positioning there by Aponte. Played that corner kick perfectly for the rebound off the offensive player.
And a bouncing ball into the middle of the field. You're going to want to stay with us. We're with you all day long. We've got girls soccer here now in our last 18 minutes. Boys soccer on deck. It's a Leominster-Fitchburg battle that people have been waiting for all year long. And then football to follow. Meanwhile, loose ball finds Lane out of a pack.
Jenna Aubuchon bearing down on Lane there, but good job by the keeper. Once again, being aggressive.
And a bouncing ball into the middle of the field. Played on by Fitchburg. Leominster now gets a foot on it. They'll turn the action the other way, and offside becomes the call.
Autumn Firmino
So it'll
got
be
caught a
Fitchburg
little bit
possession,
too far
yes.
downfield, and Fitchburg Red Raiders defenders came up as they should. Created that offside. Fitchburg doing a good job of gaining control there. A little bit of pushing and shoving once again, but
Yeah.
taken away nicely by Benacasa.
Yep.
Played across and a little.
And the
little
ball goes out the
misdirection.
end line. Yeah, it'll be a kick for Fitchburg.
Be a goal kick. Try to change field position here. Leominster doing a great job of controlling the midfield.
17 to play here in the first half. 2-0.
Nil.
Yes, or 2-0, as the case may be. On the pitch here in the second half.
Good center field control there.
Kate will appreciate this this
boy.
comment there. Deuces are wild.
Deuces
are wild.
Oh, another
And a
goal.
goal opportunity.
Who is
Off
that?
the foot there. Looked like Reynolds
One,
finished it off. 23 was Damaris.
23
who
finished
set him
it
up.
off, I believe.
Oh, did 23
I
finish
believe
it
it was Claire in the middle there. I'm trying to see who centered that ball. But whatever, it was just a great combination right there.
Yeah, celebration for Damaris.
Yeah, Damaris
for sure.
with the goal. Did she have the first goal of the game too?
No.
23.
23.
Yeah, it was 23.
23 from 17,
17
is the ruling. So Damaris
that
has
was
the goal.
Autumn
and-
Flamino McNamara,
Yeah,
who
Flamino
substituted
McNamara.
for Lopez over there on that right side, midfield position. So great job there on the substitution, getting involved with an assist.
And Claire Damaris, the freshman, is on the score sheet. And it is 3-0.
We have incredibly large box trucks showing up right now.
You know why. Search your mind. You'll figure it out.
No, I understand. Oh. Yep.
Yep. See, I knew you'd know. All right. Bouncing ball down the far side.
Wow.
3-0. Leominster's lead. 16.5 to play here.
Oh,
That
nice
done took
passing.
me a minute.
Yes, indeed.
Nice give and
Centering
go right
pass. Here
there.
we go. The drive.
Great
Aponte
job
knocks
by the
it down.
keeper,
Loose
Leominster.
ball. And it heads toward the line. And it will be, I believe, a Leominster corner, I think was the signal.
So I've decided that considering none of us really have anything to say, we're all just talking at
We're
the same
talking,
time.
yeah,
time.
I'm just getting excited. I'll
The
try
good
to
news is,
control myself
right
later
now,
on.
it's okay. Next game, okay. Football game, we're going to have to sort that out.
Shut up. I'm learning.
Silencio.
I'll be out of energy by 7 o'clock, so you might not have to worry about that.
Here we go. Salvi will trigger from the far side. She curves it into the middle and headed out of play there. Looked like 9 played that one down. Was that 9?
Yeah, I believe it was. Backup keeper playing defense there, Liana Carry-On.
Yep. Or they've traded jerseys and we just don't know. But either way, we're just rolling with it today. And Aponte misplayed
loses
it, but they say that she got pushed down. So the penalty called against Leominster, it's Fitchburg ball.
Quick whistle there, but correct whistle. Can't interfere with the goalie.
15-minute mark and counting here of half number 2 from Doyle Field. Game 1 of 3 on homecoming day. Leominster with a 3-0 lead. First 3 goals of the season for Coach Romani's club. And now they're looking to, of course, take this clock down and seal the win. Their first in 2 seasons against the arch-rival Red Raiders.
Next best part is those trucks want to get up here, and you know whose car is in the way.
Loose ball. Fitchburg's got a chance to play it. Nice job by the defender there. Gallo staying out in front. For her efforts, she got unceremoniously decleated by Silverberg, who brings the ball into the middle of the field, and it will bounce loose for Salvi. Salvi now turns the action up the middle of the field.
Nice passing right there between 2 defenders.
Yeah, Salvi finds Capone.
Staying on side. It's a foot race now.
Indeed, the battle.
Can we get a
Position,
fourth?
chips it to the middle, and harmlessly, Aponte is able to just knock it down.
Great run upfield there, though. Some good give and goes in the middle of the field. Worked that ball downfield nicely, the Blue Devils did. Elizabeth Larson knocked down unceremoniously there, but gets up and gets back in the action. Once again, using that midfield. Nice onside ball right there. Good job.
Yes, indeed. And Leominster is able to play it on. Chance to cross, and it is wide. Hits a young fan standing on the walkway. He actually headed it down as well.
Firmino McNamara showing a lot of activity over there on that right side. After she replaced the Lopez, she's been heavily involved in the second half action.
Aponte will have the chance to send the ball downfield. I'll check it. They're actually going to put it off the foot there of Aponte, the other Aponte, that is. And here's the drive. knocked down. That was played by a hand, but you know what? She waited for the whistle. Carry-on didn't hear a whistle, so she played it upfield. she kind of knew she did it. You know, you saw the reaction. It got knocked down.
Around.
She kind of stopped, looked, okay, nobody's doing anything, kicked the ball up the field. 12.5 to play here in the second half. 3-0, Leominster's lead.
Looks like Lopez getting ready to
Lopez
check back in here, first chance.
Well, she's ready to go. She smiles at Coach Romani. She's like, I want back in on this.
Yes.
Little step through there. Leominster now with a chance.
Ooh.
Knocked down by Aponte. Another opportunity. She knocks it down again, and this time she buckles to the turf to check a shoe. The ball goes out the end line. It should be a Leominster corner. And Salvi will get the chance to trigger. On the approach, Salvi curves it. Played on, away the side of the net right, and out of play on the end line. Aponte with the goal kick.
Little over the head half bicycle kick right there. Not that I know any soccer moves, but. All right, so here's the young lady that scored a goal and played goal at the same game. Was that field hockey or soccer? Field hockey.
Nice job, Billy.
The story was almost good, Bill.
Close.
Thomas.
It was
It
close.
was really close. It was
I
really
had half the
close.
facts right.
Salvi, middle of the field, plays it off the left foot forward. And Fitchburg will turn the action.
Little elbow
Little body
right there.
contact there, yeah.
Gianna
Back
Salvi.
the other way. Official throws a little grin.
That didn't take a long. They didn't even settle the ball there before she put it back in play.
Salvi plays it back the other way. Giving chase. Damaris threw a little shoulder action. Not afraid to get in the middle. There she goes. She plays, got body position, and she'll turn the action. Take it on two Raiders.
Ooh,
And
good
eventually
job.
it played out of bounds. It'll be a Leominster throw-in. Over the boards, it's a full-on substitution, full line change. Here they all come. My goodness.
Get everybody back in.
5
there.
off, 5 on.
Hey, you might as well play the whole squad here on as you're working your way towards your first victory in 2 years. Give everybody some credit, even the bench players, keeping everybody pumped up and just into the game.
There's a throw in there. Leticia Gonijo on the near side.
Sure about that?
Sure, it sounds good.
A little pushing and shoving there.
And there's the shot.
Ooh,
And
off the
it
side of the
finds
net,
the
I
side
think.
of the net. Yes.
That looked good.
Violet Reynolds came loose. She put the left foot into it, and it curled on her just a little soon.
Blue Devils regain control here at midfield.
A nifty little touch played out the side. 9:45 played here, second half. 3-0 Leominster's lead. Bounding ball, Silverberg. Nice job. Played it legally upfield.
Player doesn't have to be in bounds, just the ball.
Correct. But she did a good job not to let her hands get involved. She kind of stepped around it there.
Blue Devils trying to stay onside. This is where you get caught offside here.
Yes.
Good job by the Blue Devils staying onside while they work the ball downfield.
Unsettled situation. Now the shot driven wide of the net there off the foot of O'Malley.
Good ball movement, though, by the Blue Devils. Gaining control defensively and then quickly getting it back upfield and turn it into offense.
Last 9 minutes here of game 1 of 3. 3-0 Leominster's girls on their way to their first win in 2 seasons.
Couldn't have come against a better time against a better team. This will be the one they remember.
Kate had brought out the radar a couple of moments ago, and we saw connected with this cloud cover was a little bit of rain, and the rain is about to begin here at historic Doyle Field. And here's the ball played forward for Fitchburg. Bouncing ball up the middle of the field. Godijo gets to it. And a loose ball played forward. Aponte will drive it down the middle of the field. Ball bouncing, settled. Crossed into the middle, knocked down by Leominster. That's Larson. Larson sees the ball spin and over the end line. Should be a corner for Fitchburg.
I'm sure the Fitchburg girls know what's going on here. They're nowhere near the goal.
No,
All outside the
they're
line
not,
here.
yeah.
Looks like there's some confusion here, unless it's a play.
They play on. Lane tried to get in there. Ball knocked down there by the back line. Great play.
Who made that save right there?
I believe it was
19?
Goniho that got in there.
Great job.
And Leominster will play it out the side to settle the action down. Great play as
Goalie.
Lane got taken out of the play.
Goalie protection.
Yeah, and the back line got in there and made a play.
Once again, Fitchburg attacks.
Yeah, on the approach, they got a little screen from the official. Trying to center, knocked down. Still loose now, Silverberg. Silverberg centers. Still loose, got another chance at it. Leominster, meanwhile, trying to clear the front of the net, and they will move it upfield. And a little bit of space gives Leominster some room to regroup.
Fitchburg does a good job of turning the ball.
High pop off the foot of Larson, knocked down to Lopez. Lopez plays it off a Raider and loses possession. 6:40 to play here. Second half, 3-0 Leominster's lead. Loose ball, finds its way to Duval. Centered and still bouncing here. Long lead pass, and Lane will corral.
Good two-handed scoop right there.
She wasn't waiting. Send it right back downfield. Keep the action moving. Fitchburg turns it right back upfield. Silverberg. Played by Larson. Larson off of Salvi. Salvi plays it back for Goniho. Sends it up the left side and out of play. It'll be a Fitchburg throw-in. 6 minutes to play here. Bouncing ball, knocked down again. Nice defensive body position by O'Malley. O'Malley. Bouncing ball here, comes loose. Biancasa tried to chase it down, and it gets knocked out the side. It'll be a throw-in off a Raider for Leominster.
Tell you, Zoe Muir doesn't mess around. If she's bared down on by a Leominster player, she just puts the ball out of play and resets. Good job by her on defense.
Under 5.5 to play here in the second half. And a loose ball spinning harmlessly over the end line, and it looks like a Leominster corner.
I think that might have been, let's see, yeah, maybe one of the Fitchburg girls must have touched it on the way through. Sent it offline from the goal. Ball boy even put the ball down in the proper spot over there.
Yes, indeed. Reynolds strikes for the middle, popped off of Lopez and picked up by Aponte.
Runs it right up to the edge of the box that she can use control. Oh,
Kate's got a weather update plus an update on Bradley, who's up on the truck. Everything okay out
I
there?
took care of Bradley. We got all the cameras covered with bags, and then rain will begin at 3:25 p.m. Continuing on and off over the next hour, rain will be light.
Well,
it's going to start raining in 6 minutes.
thank our friends over at the Weather Channel. It's
think
amazing the precision, right? They can't tell you if it's going to
Aren't they
snow
in
or how
Georgia?
much it's going to snow, but somehow they seem to be able to tell us exactly when it's going to start raining. Do we get our money back if it doesn't?
Well, how much you pay for that app? They told you that.
So very true. Whistle from about, well, we'll go 30 football yards off the play, and we'll say it is a Fitchburg ball. Under 4 minutes to play in the second half.
Everybody's a critic.
3-0. Leominster's lead right now. Bouncing ball for Lopez, and Lopez sees her efforts thwarted. Back the other way, and the ball goes out of the side.
Blue Devils with a throw in.
Yes, indeed.
Far sideline.
Oh, and now
Switching the
yeah,
throw in, they're running the substitution here.
change
That's,
a couple of players out here.
Mielosi coming back on the field, substituting out.
She'll have the throw in, and Testa
Isabel Hunter.
joins the back line. So Losi on the throw in. Good form down the right side.
Gardino also off the field.
Kept alive. Along the sideline. Bounces loose to Salvi. Salvi's going to take down the left side this time. Tries to find a long lead pass for O'Malley. Runs out of real estate out the end line. Goal kick. 3 minutes to play here in this one. 3-0. Leominster's lead. Fitchburg is going to certainly have to work quickly here.
Pull the goalie?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Do they do that in soccer?
I don't know that they put the 12th person out on the field. Or the 11th person, 11th attacker. I'll tell you, after what I watched Colby Lane do on that penalty kick, if the keeper's got a good leg, send her downfield. Bouncing ball. Touch forward. O'Malley. O'Malley to center. Lopez to play it. Aponte trying to get it. Still bouncing loose. Reynolds chips it back. Knocked down by the back line. And then
Mia.
knocked down again and out the end line. A flurry of action there.
All over the place. One of the smallest kids on the field, and she was Johnny on the spot right there, covering for her goalie, much like we saw down the Leominster side. Saw her goalie was in trouble and took up that spot there, kept her hands out of the play. Great job there on defense.
And the last 2 minutes of this one, 3-0. The lead for Leominster. They will protect for the waning 2 minutes of this one.
Just keep kicking the ball out of bounds if you have to.
Hey, just keep the action moving. Keep the clock moving. Yeah, so the touch there. It'll be a Fitchburg throw in from midfield. There's the toss.
You got the win. Now we want the shutout.
Yes, indeed. And Lane comes all the way out and does a little QB slide there to pick up the ball and stop the action. She'll pop back up and now take it down the left side. One hop to O'Malley. Back to Salvi. Salvi, the left foot kick. Down the left wing, and it just continues to run, and will roll out for a Fitchburg throw-in. Officials check the Timex. They crack a smile at each other, so they're going to allow at least a throw-in. And there is 3 whistles, and the point's in the middle of the field. And the Lady Blue Devils have got themselves their first victory in 2 seasons in impressive fashion over the arch-rival Fitchburg Red Raiders. It's Leominster 3, Fitchburg 0. Colby Lane with the shutout. Got herself a goal as well. Damaris had the capper. And I got to be candid, I was kind of sort of just getting here when the first goal happened. Somebody remember who scored the first one?
I'm sure Mike does.
See if we get some information. Find out on that score sheet before it disappears. They're going to come up and sign the score sheet. Don't let it run away. Nonetheless, we'll get that last score to you. But Coach Romani and his club here today on homecoming day at historic Doyle Field has got themselves a 3-0 victory.
Miles of smiles down here in the Leominster Blue Devil girls.
Yes, indeed.
They haven't had this feeling in 2 years.
And, you know, after all the physicality that we saw down on the field during the game, you could see all the players on both sides, smiles and celebrations. They kind of know each other on all sides accordingly. So 3-0, the win today for Leominster.
Very well played game, both sides. Some smiles here on the Fitchburg girls side too. So fun game by all, but it's great to see Leominster break through. Now 3-0 shutout in field hockey.
Yes.
3-0 shutout in soccer. Now the boys got to lay their 3-0 shutout. You know what? I'll take a 3-0 shutout in the football game.
Coach Romani has a moment talking with Colby Lane, and then a hug for his keeper who scored a goal today, and at a huge win as well. You see the players crowding around a photographer who got a shot of the excitement as well. So 3-0 the victory today for Leominster's girls, first in 2 years' time. Congratulations to Coach Romani and his rebuilding club. That's going to do for our first of 3 today. For Billy and Kate, I'm Todd. We're back for game number 2. It's the boys on the soccer pitch. Leominster and Fitchburg comes up next. This has been Leominster Girls Soccer here on Leominster TV.